I couldn't help but think in this last year, reflecting on Thanksgiving and kind of the feeling that we've had of this barrage of one thing after another in a uniquely communal way. You know, as a church and as a country, as a world. You know, the COVID being the latest, kind of expanding it to this universal cross that we've talked about before. And I couldn't help but think about the story of Job. Now, I know we don't hear it in the readings today, but we do hear part of it in a part of the readings we don't always focus on very often, which is the responsorial psalm. But remember, and it echoes one of my favorite praise and worship songs. It's an old school one, but still one of my favorites. Blessed be your name. And remember, it's taken from Job after he's being stripped of all these things, one thing after the other. You know, calamity to family, then his own personal illness, stripping of goods and farms and way of life and business. And yet, in faith, he's able to say, blessed be your name. The bridge, I think it is, for that song. You give and take away, you give and take away. Still my heart will say, blessed be your name. Whether today's a day of receiving or being taken away. And it feels like right now, I think we all feel like it's more the taking away. We come here today to say, Lord, blessed be your name, regardless. We don't just praise you and thank you when, you know, things are going well and we have everything we can want and we're seemingly, supposedly, you know, experiencing these earthly, worldly blessings. We say, blessed be your name when the world takes away. When this broken world, this broken human condition, you know, original sin, the fall, leads to this world taking away. We still choose to say, blessed be your name. And that is a form of thanksgiving. In fact, it's a higher form we've talked about before. Remember, praise is really the highest form of prayer, because it's not just saying thank you for what we've gotten. It's saying I praise you, Lord, regardless of what this past week, this past day, this past year has brought. I praise you. Blessed be your name. And, you know, again, sometimes it's those who do not have what we have or come from a different perspective that help us to see that. The Samaritan man that says thanks. Somehow in him being in a place of, you know, sojourning, of pilgrimage, of movement, of not being where he's used to, he's able to more fully appreciate the blessings and the grace of God. There's something about this being in this place of non-complacency that can allow us to be more grateful. And again, I think that's one of the opportunities we have right now with the challenges that we face. It can actually lead to us having a deeper gratitude for what we have. I've said that before. That's one of the graces I've seen in individuals, families, and I pray that can continue to be part of the grace and the ways that God brings new life and resurrection from this cross and from this suffering. And sometimes it takes the cross, it takes a shift, it takes being that Abraham that goes to a land they know not. Like the Samaritan was in this land he wasn't supposed to be in, that allowed him to be in a better place of detachment, of getting too focused on and complacent with the things of my routine right now, and kind of being pushed out of the comfort zone, so to speak. And there, it's a place of vulnerability, but it's a place of great receptivity and awareness, even more of God's grace, his blessing, his strength, his spirit that he's providing, and not me, and that I'm grateful for that. So I hope we can allow the Samaritan to be part of and maybe we can relate more to the Samaritan because we're all being forced to go to a land we know not of COVID, right? And to let that place of feeling a bit in foreign territory to be a greater place of gratitude, of thanksgiving. And in so doing, even to be able to let that lead us to the praise of Job. And we come here once again at Mass to say, Lord, whatever this past year you gave, you took away, but we still say, as a family, as a community, as individuals, blessed be the name of the Lord forever.